All right, guys. Hi, everybody. CryptoVince here. I'm just gonna do a little update on Bitcoin only, not going through all other coins, just Bitcoin only. I don't know how my microphone is because I'm not using my headset because it broke, so I'm just going to use my microphone that comes from my laptop. So bear with me if it's not perfect. So yeah, I just wanted to do an update because of course it's dropping like crazy. This was predicted, and we reached now a level that is very important, which is the weekly demand. Where we could see a bounce. Um, the chart is pretty straightforward here. Um, we had this moving average, the 50 moving average here, that was holding the bullish trend, right? It's been holding the bullish trend. Price broke below that level. We had a push upward because we hit demand on the weekly here. So if you guys remember, we saw this level here. And then price went to retest MA50 and dropped like crazy. I mean, it's straightforward here. We had a bearish flag. We also had a retest. So you guys could have short on MA50. But we were not sure there because we were assuming it would have retested 100K, which was a little bit above, but I mean, we were there. So the short could have been open there if you were bearish on Bitcoin. And then also after breaking the bearish flag or the rising wedge, whatever you want to call it, it's still a bearish signal. You could have entered a short on the retest. I closed my short at 76 because I was scared of this swing low here. I thought the price would have just like catch some stops and bounce a little bit, but that didn't happen. I was also concerned about this FVG here, as you can see. But as I said in this chart, no, wait, which one was it? Yeah, this one. On the daily, price didn't recover about 80. I said if price recovers about 80, maybe we have the chances to fill the gap, because there is a gap here on the CME chart. So we didn't go for the gap. That means this is a very bearish signal, because bulls didn't even have the balls to go close the gap. So this is very bearish, because that means the market is completely bearish right now, and price didn't even react to close the gap, didn't react to close the FBG here, didn't go above 80K. It just retested the MA and is dropping. Look at those candles, man, like 3 massive red candles. How much is that in percentage? That's 30% in 3 weeks, guys. That's a lot. And 16% just the current week. Now we reached the demand zone. This could be a good opportunity to buy, but I would love to see a reaction first and then consider a buy. I mean, otherwise, if we drop below this level, oh, well, we had another demand here, but then, I mean, it's all demand. There is lots of demand below this level, but I mean, can it just drop all the way down to 50 without bounce? It seems very difficult because we will have another FVG if this candle closes here. All this level will be an imbalance. So, but I mean, when Bitcoin drops, man, you know, we can see here, right? When it was dropping here, it was leaving FVGs, but you know, price didn't go back up to close those FVGs and still kept dropping. Look this candle here. It left a massive FVG that was recovered a little bit after, and then kept dropping and dropping and dropping. So, as I say many times, you know, don't catch falling knives. I never like this strategy. I never like to buy when something is dropping the hard. If it reaches a level where I feel comfortable to buy, which could be, you know, 40K, 30K, then okay, I can start to place buy orders for the longer term, I mean. But at this level, I don't know, man. This looks like fucking bearish to me. He broke below. I mean, the market structure is broken right now because, you know, we already dropped below the current high. So, you know, we had a bullish market structure, right? Higher highs, higher lows, and then here that's when we broke the first high, and then we stayed above the low here. We went to retest, and now we even broke below. So the market structure right now has been broken right here, right? Has been broken. Even went below the low and below the high. So we're just down here. This is broken. This is bearish for me. This is like the start of a bearish market. But you know, we have to see if we can bounce here maybe a bit and do something like this and continue to go down. Let's see some other chart. What I got here. Well, this is the main idea, of course. That's the one that made me think about a bearish market. You know this one. I posted so many times in the channel, the 4-year cycle, and I think everybody is looking at this chart right now, and everybody is getting scared because has been following this pattern for 3 years, so why not another time, right? And you know, we have 3 years of bullish market, 1 year of bearish market, 3 years of bullish, 1 year bearish, 3 years bullish, 1 year bearish, 3 years bullish, 1 year bearish. So if this is the idea, we should be bearish until September, October 2026, because we started on October 2025. So one thing I want to show you here is that look at the moving averages. This is the monthly time frame. Every time Bitcoin uses a slower moving average to find support. What I mean by that at the beginning was the yellow one here. You know, it was always above the yellow. Then it went below the red, right? And they found support on the red moving average. We went up, then we found support on the red here. We went up. And then on the next cycle, the first cycle was the yellow, the second cycle was the red, the second cycle was the blue one. The blue one was the support. And then we had another bullish market. Now we're dropping below the yellow, below the red, and if this red doesn't hold here, we might go to the blue, and even below the blue, because I mean I don't know if I can see the 200 here. No, it doesn't show up. So you know, price can go all the way down as I marked here, which will be the 61% Fibonacci retracement. If you guys haven't seen this chart analysis, you didn't read what I wrote in the channel. Bitcoin retraces on the first cycle 23%, on the second cycle 38%, on the third cycle 50% Fibonacci, and on the fourth cycle maybe it can retrace 61, and 61 will be around 35k, and there will be a 72% retracement, which happened in every cycle. You know, here we retrace 87%, 84%, 78%, 72%. You know, why not? You know, I'm not saying this will happen for sure, guys, you know, because I'm not you know, I don't know this 100%, but you know, just a statistic. It just can happen because it happened many times, so I'm thinking this might happen again. And then, you know, I'm bullish on Bitcoin long term. I mean, we can reach 30k and then have a bullish market from there. Let's go see other charts. What I got here. Let's go on the weekly. Well, these had the life or death level, which has been broken. We have the previous bullish market all-time high. That could be a level to watch. Currently is being broken. You know, those levels can be considered as support maybe. Also because they are at the same level of the monthly demand here, right? So this should be a strong support for price. We should see some kind of fucking bounce here. I mean, I mean, if we broke below 60k, guys, I don't know, man. It can go really fast, like it happened here, right? Here we had a bounce on the red line, on the red moving average. You see, it broke the yellow, went on the red, bounced a little bit, and then just it was over. I mean, it was already in bearish market, so it might happen again here to see a little bounce and then drop as I trace in the red here. So let's keep an eye on. This is moving. This is 50, I think. Yeah, the red one is MA 50 on the monthly. So let's keep an eye on that. Oh wow, this is like following. Yeah, this is another interesting chart because it's like acting as the previous market here. Like it is exactly the same, guys. It broke all the moving averages, reached demand, bounced on the blue moving average, which is MA 100, retested the red and the yellow. Here it retested twice, here it retested only once. There was a bearish cross of the yellow and the red with a lower high, and a continuation in the downtrend. And I mean, now we have a 200 moving average here, which is located at 60k. So that's another support, but here it was broken too. So that's why I'm thinking it can even go lower than 60k because it was broken here and it didn't, it was not used as support. So if you are if you are short here, target could be something below 60K. If you have the balls to hold this and you want to risk to make more money. But if you're scalping or you're daily trading, I mean, a bounce here is something that we should consider. A little bounce, nothing, maybe something from, I will check on a clear chart so I don't get confused by the previous analysis. So if I post a regular chart here, look how much the analysis, that's where I marked the drop. He already made more than 50% on the regular chart already, and this is 1 year, so we already ahead, because we should have stayed around 80K at 50% of the year, 6 months after the start of the bearish market. We are already ahead of it. This is the chart I told you guys to watch out for. If we break the moving average, it broke out the moving average and just like going crazy down. Retest that cross. If you guys look at every single chart I made, there was not a single bullish chart I made. Look at this one. The trend line was broken, retested the trend line and the moving average, and down. Well, this is the extreme bearish scenario, I guess. There were 2 bearish flags, if we can consider them a bearish flag. I mean, we broke the flag like it happened here. So it's very similar, like traders are acting the same way as the previous bullish market and bearish market. Yeah, this is bad. Like this support resistance level just got destroyed. The question is, can we bounce here? Let's check some Fibonacci levels. Let's see how much this retraced here. Yeah, already passed 160 here. Fuck. Yeah, man, everything that I see is bearish here. I cannot see any bullish sign at the moment. 161. No. Nothing that I see that has a confluence with the possible bounce. Maybe the under 27 here with this demand. you know, the fact that the price is leaving imbalance, FVGs, it doesn't mean it will go up. It doesn't mean it will go up. As I said the other day, you know, there was a gap and an FVG about price, but I didn't go long because the market just looked too bearish to me. And as you can see here, right, when price goes, yeah, you can leave FVGs, and then, you know, it will never, you know, it doesn't have to come down right away. So he had the consolidation here, then he went to retake the imbalance, and then he went back up. So at this point, I guess we have to wait at least for the weekly to close before taking a position now. Let's see how this weekly closes. If he makes a week and shows us a bounce on this demand, or if it decides to go even lower and grab all the stop loss below this level, grab some liquidity. It's very scary. I mean, it's a risk to long here. It's a risk because it's just dropping too fast. I've seen this happening in gold the last week, you know. Gold has been going up like crazy, and then it crashed from 5,500 to 4,600 in like what was a day, or in 2 days, you know, in 2 days it went from 5,500 to 4,400. You know how many people bought these thinking that it was gonna recover, and then it kept going down, kept going down, kept going down, kept going down, and you know, I don't like to buy something that goes down so much, to be honest. Then, you know, you have your strategy. There are some people that buy until they see the bounce, you know, but you know, you have to have a lot of money, and you know, you have to have maybe a low leverage in order to do that, so you don't get liquidated. I prefer to wait for signs of a possible reversal. Let me check the RSI, because I don't know if it's oversold on the weekly. Oh yeah, it's becoming oversold now. Interesting. Yeah, well, so last time, so RSI is moving pretty fast, because last time it was around 25. Now it's what, 27? So we're close, huh? Fuck. This confuses me a little bit, to be honest. I thought RSI was gonna be a little bit higher. But you know, let me put the logarithm here. You know, what I would wait for, it would be a divergence. You know, would be a divergence maybe on weekly in order to buy. The divergence would be nice. So, you know, price can reach the lowest point here on RSI and then go up, while price can actually go down, right? The divergence. So we might see something like this, and you know, we will have a divergence there. In that case, you know, I love divergences on Bitcoin. Oh, especially on RSI. I don't use MACD too much. But you know, the divergences are also bearish here, you know. You see this massive divergence here. Up and here too. I mean, this is our two trades. But there was some kind of divergence. Also here, there was a double divergence on the trend. That's why I was waiting for a correction. I mean, a double divergence, you don't see that often, you know. So divergences happened. You know, they've been pretty good on to predict the market on Bitcoin. So why not waiting for 1 year? What else? What else can we see here? Let's see MACD. I mean, MACD, I don't use it that much, but let's take a look. Very low to way low. But MACD is lagging, you know, it's not as RSI. MACD lags, so before we see the cross price, so you know, we'll go already up before we see the cross. But fuck, that's low, man. Shit, I thought the indicators would have been a little bit higher, but this is going very low. I can imagine the daily. Let's see the daily. The daily very low. You see that's why we cannot trust you know, the indicators that much. You see here it went low, right? You know, there was a bounce. There was a decent bounce here, right? There was a, oh yeah, a 20% bounce, so that's a lot. With five times leverage would be 100% profit. So yeah, yeah, probably a bounce here. We should have a bounce here. Fuck, everything is completely oversold. Here MACD can go lower, but I mean, fuck. And it keeps dropping. 66.5 in 1 day. It was 73. Almost did 7K in a day. That's crazy, man. Yeah. So, you know, I'm giving you some ideas, you know. Of course, everything is a risk at this point. I mean, as trading overall, it's always a risk. You know, we will never know 100%. You know, I make fun on the channels that have been bearish since 125, but you know, it's just prediction. I don't wanna sound cocky that, you know, I just love when I predict something, you know, and it goes well. Of course, you know, you're happy, but you never know. You never know. These things can reverse in 2 days and go to 200K. So what else can we see here? Just look at the 4-hour. Just dropping like there's no tomorrow. I don't even want to look at Ethereum because I don't want to analyze it. It's gonna follow Bitcoin. You guys know that. It's below 2K, so that's bad too. So that's it, guys. I don't wanna, you know, I don't want to keep making this video any longer. You guys know the levels to watch for now. And yeah, good luck with your trading, guys. Good luck with getting the best outcome here. If this happens, I want a statue, a CryptoVince statue. I mean, I think everybody's getting scared, man. Like, there's fear in the market because everybody's looking at this cycle, and the fact that it's repeating is scaring a lot of people. And more is gonna drop, faster is gonna go, I think, because there's gonna be a chain of stop losses and fear, and you know, like it happened in everything. You know, when it happened year 2018. We had a massive drop, a 50% drop from current price. During COVID, there was fear, and then here there was fear. You know, there was no correction almost during this bullish trend. So it's time to correct a bit, I think. It's gonna be funny when we will be, you know, if it arrives at 35, 30K, it's gonna be fun to buy. Because I mean, when I was not, I mean, I'm not expert even now, but back in the day when I started to trade, I remember we were at 20K here, and you know, nobody ever thought Bitcoin could go to 3K, and it went to 3K. And I remember at 3K, I was sure it would have went to 1K. To 1K, because there was a support here, right? Like the previous cycle, all-time high, and it didn't go to 1K. I didn't buy as I think I bought later on Bitcoin. I think I was a 6K or something. I didn't buy a 3K. And I remember my dad telling me we should buy. It's 85%, you know, from a all-time high, minus 85%. And I was like, but you know, if it goes to 1K, we lose 66% of our capital. So that was you know, difficult. So I wonder what happens here, you know, if you reach 35, 20K, if people will just be extremely bearish as they were when it was 3K. I remember 3K here, everybody was like, Bitcoin is over, Bitcoin is a bubble, Bitcoin will never go up, Bitcoin. So this time I'm gonna try to not listen to those news, you know, because that's what happens, you know, when you hear the news, Bitcoin is over, Bitcoin is done, Bitcoin will never come up. That's when you need to buy. That's when you need to buy. And you know, when we were here at 125K, all the news that you would see is like, oh, Bitcoin is going to 200,000, 1 million. Everybody was so bullish, and you know, that's when you had to short. So it's tricky. It's tricky. I'm pretty sure I will get scared to buy a 20K, because you know, I will fear that it might go to 10K. But I mean, if you guys have money that you can afford to lose, that could be a good investment. Because you know, what is it, 60K is still very high for me to buy for long term. If it goes to all-time high, I will just make a double of my money. But if I buy a 20K, there will be 5x, 6x. So it's more interesting. So people probably want Bitcoin to drop so they can buy lower. So they're gonna smash the price as much as they can so they can buy lower. And I think compared to 2018, we have more confidence on the power of Bitcoin at the moment, even with all the legalization about around the world. When we were in 2017, I couldn't even withdraw money when I was in Canada because Bitcoin was illegal. Now, they legalized it everywhere. It's a more mature market. People have seen the power of the blockchain and so on. So um, people might invest way more compared to 2018. What else to say? That's it, guys. That's it. Just look at total market cap. I mean, it's similar to Bitcoin. I think this was the monthly. I have already my skull here. My goal at 1.6 trillions. So this is it broke the diagonal trend line support and is going below the swing low. What if it's a bubble and we go to zero? Oh my god. Anyways, all right, guys, I'm done. So I will talk to you guys in the channel. I post some ideas there that I got from the live stream, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.